The following program contains descriptions of violent crimes, reenactments of crimes, and demonstrations of self-defense techniques as taught by certified shooting and self-defense experts. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect the views of the network, the show's producers, or its advertisers. Always receive professional training before arming yourself or engaging in self-defense. In all instances, the network, producer, and advertisers expressly disclaim any liability that may result from the use of or misuse of any techniques or other information featured in this program.
After the shooting, a brief struggle ensued. The suspect was taken.
Now on Practical Tactical,
We're inside the Safecore now.
built to be Los Angeles' safest luxury home. We get a private tour,
The bed's sitting on a ballistic gray frame. Can we say safe sex?
and later, ballistics testing on walls, windows, and doors.
If you notice, they barely damaged the finish.
Bomb shelters built during the 1940s were constructed to protect citizens from enemy air attacks. In the 1950s, school children were taught to duck and cover should the air raid sirens ever sound. Today, it's a bit of a different picture, and it's a totally different world. People around the planet are installing panic rooms or safe rooms. These are designed to protect its inhabitants from home invasions, natural disasters, or military attacks. On this episode of Practical Tactical, we will go behind the walls of what is considered to be one of the safest houses in the world. We'll meet the owners and see the systems they have in place to protect them from anything our increasingly harsh world can throw at them.
Practical Tactical is brought to you by Smith & Wesson. Nothing protects like a bodyguard. Cheaper than dirt. America's ultimate shooting sports discounter. And by Blackhawk. Honor as a way of life.
The glitz, the glamour, the lights, camera action, Los Angeles, California, home to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, movie stars, beaches, and one of the safest houses in the world.
We should have homes that you know if anything happens, you're already safe and you're okay. It brings such a level of peace of mind to the family. It's invaluable. You have to put in place the preparation you need so that you're isolated, you don't have confrontation. If the worst happens, they're really the victim, not you.
Al Corby is one of the world's leading authorities in home security and the president of SAFE.
SAFE stands for Strategically Armored and Fortified Environments. We're architecturally based, believing that your home is essentially your castle.
The last 40 years, we've been designing high-end security solutions for people around the world. Our focus has primarily been protecting people against any kind of threat at all, either man-made or natural. The real emphasis is on isolation and giving people time enough to be able to react to the threat, get prepared so the threat can't get to them.
Your safety is important to you. It's the very essence of your life. It is your life. It saves your life and the life of your families.
Crime can happen anywhere, at any time, anywhere. It knows no race, no sex, no zip code.
Crimes happen in a matter of moments, not minutes. Even if your alarm goes off and neighbors start responding, they're not going to actually come out of their homes usually and respond for a little while. The point is, we need to buy you and your family a block of time instantly. If we can earn that first 5 seconds of safety for you, there probably won't be a need for the police to even come. The intruders are going to leave.
Statistics show that a home break-in happens every 15 seconds. And the FBI projects that in 2010, 1 out of every 10 homes will be broken into. With numbers so staggering, what are you doing to protect your property and your family? Because the safety of his family is #1 priority,
I feel much safer.
Okay, we're going to have to work on this somehow.
Al Corby erected a unique 8,000 square foot home high atop the Hollywood Hills. Almost all the security features are hidden to the naked eye.
This is a bad place to be if you're a criminal. One of the important things about security is that it has to be invisible. What looks like a normal door, if somebody was to come up into this area, which we call a bad career decision, they'd find out that they can't get through the walls, ceilings, and floors, and they're actually standing in a tactical area. You can't defeat what you can't see. There's nothing more intimidating than the unknown. We're in the safe core of the master bedroom now, and there are a lot of features in here that are very interesting. One of them is the bed itself. The bed's sitting on a ballistic grade frame. So if a blast was to get up through the floor, it would dissipate in 3 directions. If you're on the bed, you're pretty safe. Remember, this is all a safe core. Within the safe core, there is a safe room. What's interesting about this room is that it has the control center. For instance, you go to bed at night. All you have to do is touch this. It locks all the doors down. If someone were, for instance, they were to enter the property, you could see them there. As they were heading up through, you'd see them right outside the safe core. And unfortunately, I can't show you what we do to them at this point. So this is the command center here. Communications, automation, everything.
Safe cores or safe rooms are essential to any resident's protection plan.
Now it's impenetrable.
Your home is your castle, and you need to be ready to defend your loved ones inside. Coming up on Practical Tactical.
From here, the family can be airlifted 200 miles away from the disaster.
More layers to one of the safest houses in the world.
With the people right outside the core, you're in a very nice, safe, comfortable environment.
And putting these products to the test.
2,517 feet per second. We don't even have a dent.
And later, hardware store items for easy home security fixes.
This is like the best $15 you can spend for securing a sliding glass door.
Al Corby, the president of one of the most unique security companies in the world.
Pardon?
Safe.
Bulletproof. The beauty of Safe, it's an architectural-based company. We can either work with your architect or your builders if you're building a new home. We can come into an existing home to make that house safe. It isn't a matter of scale. Anything can be made safe.
So for security to be effective, we think that it should also be invisible.
This is the kitchen. It's the most used room in the house. It also has its security features. There are cameras with motion detector that'll let you know if someone is in the area, especially if you think no one is here, like in the evening.
We embed all of the elements of our security features into the architecture of the home. So you live free from all of those visual, horrible appearances that change the way your home looks or feels.
But what goes into fortifying a home from unwanted intruders? Al Corby and his ballistics team are in Corona, California to show us just that.
What we've got here is a 650-pound ballistic door. The shooters can actually shoot different rounds at the door to see how much the door can stop. That's what establishes its ballistic level. This is the stand that the shooter will actually shoot from. It's got a protective shield. That way, anything that flies back, it'll protect him from this area right here. He'll set, and as he shoots, it will pass through this chronograph. This has the ability to measure the speed of the bullet. Temperature, humidity, speed, they're all taken into account to make sure that it's really a true test.
Guns loaded.
All right, show us how you do it. This is terrific. This is an AK-47. It was coming at 2,517 feet per second. Messed up the paint job a little, but it didn't go through the door. As a matter of fact, it didn't even dent it, really. No sign at all on the good guy's side, and our guy's doing pretty good. Let's see how it does with the 30-06. Come on.
Range is hot.
Look at that. I'll be darned. 30-06, door stopped. We don't even have a dent. Fabulous door. Fabulous door. You might want to look around here and see all of the damage that was done from the bullet and the steel frag. What this shot did, it establishes this door at level 4. And it's important because that bullet can be purchased widely. So it's a bullet you'd really like to protect against. Let's see how it does under automatic weaponry. Come on.
Range is hot!
Let's see what we got. If you notice, they barely damaged the finish. Nowhere near as much damage as the AK-47, and especially the 30-06 did. The door held up really well. terrific. There are a lot of things that you can buy that'll keep a person out fairly well. This is a device that actually mounts to your floor just like a threshold. The door opens and closes right across. All you do is set this into the guides. You can't break through that door. Very affordable products. This 650-pound door has twin chromium steel plates, 8 chromium steel columns and beams. When you turn this thumb turn, 12 bolts just dropped out all the way around this door. So when you close it down, now we're safe.
But a doorway is not the only point of entry for a criminal.
Whenever you're creating a safe core, you have to protect the windows. The way you protect the windows is with ballistic glass. Unlike the door, we only get one shot here. The bullet either goes through or it doesn't go through. This glass performed beautifully. Bullet hit it, took the impact, took all that energy here, the polycarbonate stopped it. Terrific performance.
Windows are an access portal that is often overlooked by a homeowner, making them an easy entry point for the bad guys. Al Corby has found a way to fortify these.
There are materials like this simple little plastic film, and by putting this up on a window, it dramatically increases the stopping power of that window. One of the more vulnerable areas in a house is glass. This particular glass has a thin film on it, which you can't see, but it's extremely strong. If you were to hit this glass with a baseball bat, it wouldn't do anything. You hit it with a sledgehammer or a brick, it would break the glass, but it would all stay together in a large net. You want to buy yourself enough time to be able to get to safety. It's an extremely effective product, very affordable, and something you should have on as many windows as you can. I've been in the security business for 40 years, and if there's one thing I've learned, is that security isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Do yourself a favor, prepare.
Practical Tactical has covered doors
I'll be darned.
and windows. But what about a .44 Magnum through a wall?
All right, look at that.
Practical Tactical is brought to you by Smith & Wesson. Nothing protects like a bodyguard. Cheaper Than Dirt, America's ultimate shooting sports discounters. And by Otis, the most advanced gun care system in the world.
We are one window pane away from a rape, one screen away from a child abduction, one flimsy front door that can be kicked in away from any sort of catastrophic thing that could happen in our lives. And that doesn't have to happen.
You don't know when the mass murderer, the pedophile, the drug addict that just needs some quick money is going to show up at your door. It's too late then. Do what you have to do to make you and your family safe, and do it now.
Safe, strategically armored, and fortified environments is one of the world's leading security companies, and Al Corby is at the forefront of security technology.
This house happens to be up in the West Hollywood Hills. One of the problems here are earthquakes.
That is completely collapsed.
Another one is brush fire. So there are two things that we had to figure out how to contend with. Come on, I'll show you one solution. Heliports still remain your best means of exit. From here, the family can be airlifted 200 miles away from the disaster, while the entire rest of this city is congested. You just have to know to put it in place.
Al Corby and his ballistics crew do their scientific testing in Corona, California. Here they have tested doors against the forces of an AK-47 and military ammunition, and window panes against .30-06 rounds. Now it's time to test materials for walls, floors, and ceilings against the likes of a .44 Magnum.
So we've done doors and we've done the windows. Now we've got the walls, the ceilings, and the floors to worry about. And we're going to test the levels of it to see how much we need to keep the people safe. Really interesting device. It allows you to put multiple barrels on it, shoot multiple bullets. This particular one's being set up for a .44. Good clean hit, absorbed all the energy. Actually, there's very little dissipation at all. You can see that the panels started to delaminate, but this would stand up to multiple hits in its present conditions, doing very well. There is a science to safety. SAFE has perfected that science. What you saw today is making sure the components work before an event happens. This is what it looks like.
Practical Tactical and Al Corby have shown you how a home can be fortified for whatever dangers you and your family may face. Strengthening your home can be easily accomplished by going to a home supply store. Security expert Borden Borden has 5 items that should be implemented into every home.
Number one thing a homeowner can do is get lighting. Motion detector lights are great. Put them wherever you can. Second thing, locks. Deadbolts on all doors. Sliding glass doors. This is like the best $15 you can spend for securing a sliding glass door. The number 3 thing is securing windows, window coverings. Spend a little extra money at any of the home stores and buy some additional locks. Lock your side gates to your house. If you have a wood privacy fence around your house, don't give them previews. Don't leave that garage door wide open. That's something to consider. People have a bad habit of doing that. I don't know how you can price what your safety is worth. To me, it's priceless.
When crisis happens, you're going to be on your own. The only thing you're going to have is the preparation you put in place. Now it's impenetrable. And if that preparation was sufficient, you're going to make it through it.
There are many ways to fortify one's home from intruders. You can make it a fortress like Al and Lana Corby's Safe House, or you can take simpler steps like we showed you today. The first line of defense in your preparation and the knowledge of how to keep yourself and your family safe is key, because you are the first responder to any emergency that may present itself. Don't be a victim.